Last May, I boarded the largest cruise ship in the world. At the moment, Royal Caribbean's Icon of the Seas. The Icon of the Seas, the Throne the Wand of the Seas, the company's fifth Oasis-class ship, which had held the title of largest cruise ship in the world since it was launched in 2022. In fact, the Royal Caribbean's Oasis-class ships have held this title since the Oasis of the Seas, the first ship that gave the class its name, began sailing in 2009. Since then, each of the 5 Oasis-class ships has reigned supreme, snatching the title of largest cruise ship in the world with each new launch. But neither of the 2 latest ships joining the Oasis-class, the Top of the Seas, which just launched a few weeks ago, nor the upcoming unnamed ship scheduled to start sailing in 2028, will receive this title. The Icon class has become the company's new standard, demoting not only the ships, but also the entire Oasis-class to second place in size in the company's fleet and in the cruise industry as a whole. The Icon of the Seas is the first ship in the new Icon class, which already has 2 other ships under construction. According to the company's track record, each new ship might be a little larger than its older sisters, keeping the record in the family with each new release. Although I am quite familiar with most Royal Caribbean ships, boarding the Icon of the Seas for the first time was an almost surreal experience. The ship brings a mix of popular attractions featured on other company ships classes, and a series of new features and upgrades never seen on other vessels in the fleet. Even though I had the opportunity to sail on all other Oasis-class ships, apart from the newly launched 2 Top of the Seas, those voyages didn't prepare me for the sheer size and proportions of the Icon of the Seas and her new stunning features and attractions. Believe me, a 7-night voyage is not even near enough time to enjoy everything the ship has to offer. However, although I love many of the new features and innovations on board, as you can imagine, especially on a ship this size, there is always something that could have been better or that didn't impress me as much as I expected. For this reason, in this video, I'm going to share with you some of my first impressions of the ship, the 7 things I like most on board, and as a bonus, 3 things that I didn't enjoy while on board. But before I get on to it, I want to thank all of you who watch my videos, interact, and subscribe to the channel. I can't believe we are getting close to reaching 500 followers here on YouTube. I don't know if you're aware, but the channel doesn't start earning money for YouTube until it reaches 1,000 followers. I love sharing my passion for travel and cruises by bringing new videos to you every week. I've been doing this for over 3 years without receiving a single cent here on YouTube. YouTube tells me that although 90% of my regular audience watches my videos every week, they are not subscribed to the channel. Guys, why not? It's completely free and you just need to press a button. If you enjoy my videos and appreciate what I'm creating on this channel, I need your support to keep producing new content about cruises and travel for you every week. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so and let your friends and family who enjoy travel and cruises know about the channel. And who doesn't enjoy traveling and cruises, right? I thank you for your help from the bottom of my heart, my cruise mates. But now, it's time to share my 7 favorite things on board the Icon of the Seas and the 3 that I didn't enjoy much during my trip. Let's go! Hello cruise mates, welcome to Cruising the World. I'm Horton Novak, and on this channel, we talk about everything related to cruises and traveling around this beautiful world. Last May, I boarded Royal Caribbean's brand new Icon of the Seas, the largest cruise ship in the world, which began sailing last January. The Icon of the Seas is a beautiful vessel, and of course, ginormous, which is why this is just one of the first videos I'm creating for our channel about the ship. I have a lot to share about this Colossus of the 7 Seas, and I would love your participation in creating future videos. Please share your thoughts and questions about the ship in the comment section. Also, if you have sailed this ship, I would love to hear about your experience on board. I can't wait to hear your feedback, and we will answer your questions in upcoming videos about the amazing Icon of the Seas. Also, would you be interested in a live QA about the ship? Let me know in the comment section, because now it's time to share my 7 favorite things about the ship. Be sure to watch until the end of this video to find out the 3 things that kind of disappointed me during my Icon of the Seas first voyage. Central Park. The Central Park is one of the trademarks of all Oasis-class ships. It is a vast outdoor area in the middle of the ship that offers lush gardens, shops, and unique restaurants and bars. The Central Park has always been one of my favorite things about Oasis-class ships. And I'm glad to report that the new Central Park on board the Icon of the Seas follows the same concept and doesn't disappoint, creating oases of greenery and tranquility in the middle of the ocean. Still, even though very similar to the Central Park on board the Oasis-class ships, the neighborhood on board the Icon of the Seas has been amplified and reimagined like never before. The area now seems livelier, possibly due to the vibrant colors added to the shutters and balconies of the cabins overlooking the gardens. While wandering about the area, it's impossible not to feel as if you are in a modern Mediterranean Italian village or vacationing in a luxury condominium in Dubai. The gardens on the Icon of the Sea Central Park are another level and features 33,500 plants and trees, almost 3 times more than its Oasis-class counterpart. Among the vegetation are also dozens of works of art featured, including sculptures and colorful murals. Again, as on the Oasis-class ships, the Central Park on board the Icon of the Seas offers bars and restaurants, including some never seen on other Royal Caribbean ships, such as Lou's Jazz and Blues, which offer drinks and live music, and a reimagined and oversized Izumi, the Japanese restaurant on the fleet. A big innovation on the Icon of the Sea Central Park is that for the first time ever, the area offers ocean views through huge glass panels that overlook the Pearl Cafe on the ship's lower deck. Trill Island. If you enjoy a bit of adrenaline, you'll love Trill Island. It is a new area on board the Icon of the Seas that offers some of the most popular heart-pumping attractions on other Royal Caribbean ship classes, such as the Surf Simulator, the Climb Wall, the Sports Court, and of course, water slides. But we wouldn't be talking about the Icon of the Seas if things weren't a bit different and of course, much larger. The Icon of the Seas introduced Category 6, the world's largest water park on a cruise ship. The attraction spans more than 1,500 square meters and offers, as the name suggests, 6 of the largest water slides ever built on a cruise ship. Another new attraction is the Crown's Edge, a part skywalk, part zipline ride that culminates with the participant hanging more than 45 meters above the ocean. Despite being an attraction that only lasts a few minutes though, Crown's Edge incurs an extra fee of $90. The good news is that all the attractions on Trill Island, including the water slides and climb wall, are included in your fare. If you enjoy a bit of action and adrenaline, you'll love Trill Island. Swimming pools. Another impressive feature of the Icon of the Seas is the number and variety of swimming pools on board. The ship features 7 pools, or 62% more pools than any other vessel in the fleet, and offers a solid mix of options for children and adults. As you would expect, most of the pools are located on the upper decks. At just over 5,800 square feet and capacity to hold more than 40,000 gallons of water, the Royal Bay Pool on Deck 15 is the largest pool on any vessel at sea. The Cove Pool and Cloud 17 Pool are 2 infinite pools on the starboard and port side of the ship, while the Hideaway Pool is an adult-only infinite pool that seems to freely hang at the end of Deck 15 and offers fantastic views of the ship's wake. Another new feature on board is Swim and Tonic on Deck 16, the first pool on the Royal Caribbean fleet with a dedicated bar. In the Surfside neighborhood on Deck 7, younger passengers have their own pool complex consisting of Splashway Bay, Baby Bay, and Water's Edge Pool. More than 9 hot tubs and spas are also spread through the ship, strategically located near to the pools. Absolute Zero Ice Skating Arena. Studio B, the popular skate rink on board Voyage, Freedom, and Oasis-class ships, has been a guest favorite on board those ships for decades. Being a popular attraction on other ships in the fleet, it was expected that the Icon of the Seas would also bring an ice skate rink on board, and she does. The rebranded Absolute Zero. The Absolute Zero is located on Deck 5 of the ship, and is not only the largest skate rink in the fleet, but also the first to offer an oval skate rink, instead of the traditional rectangular rings, that in addition to maximizing the artist's performance during the shows, also provides a more immersive experience for the audience, with great views regardless of the seat. Like other ships in the fleet, Absolute Zero offers shows for passengers of all ages. such as the beautiful main production, Stabast, Elemental Beauty. In the fairy tale, Once Upon a Time, the multifunctional space also offers ice skating for passengers and can be transformed into traditional theater or dance floor during certain board events. Aquadome. Deck 15 is home to the Aquadome, one of the Icon of the Sea's new neighborhoods, that sits inside a 363-ton glass dome at the front of the ship. The main attraction in the center of this neighborhood is the Aqua Theater, which, like on the Oasis-class ships, offers dazzling action-packed aqua shows. The big difference is that unlike the Oasis-class ships, which have the open-air Aqua Theater at the back of the ship, the Icon of the Seas brings the first covered Aqua Theater located at the front of the ship. This guarantees that the show will not be rescheduled or cancelled due to inclement weather. But the differences don't stop here. The shows on the Icon of the Seas Aqua Theater also feature 4 robotic arms and an impressive water curtain in the center of the space, which falls from the top of the dome to more than 50 feet in height. Aqua Action, an energetic and colorful Cirque du Soleil style show, overlaps the line between an action film and a theatrical exhibition. However, the Aquadome neighborhood doesn't offer only shows, but also specialty restaurants such as Hooked Seafood and its celebration table. They include the new fair Aquadome Market, a food court-style area that offers several food kiosks. Nooks and bars to relax and enjoy the fantastic views of the ocean. Spanning 2 decks within the Aquadome, behind the Aqua Theater, the Overlook has the best interior vantage points on the ship. The elevated overlook pods are incredibly quirky and help establish the cool vibes of this section of the Aquadome neighborhood. In addition to the central overlook bar, you are also close to Ryan Bean, the best place to get your espresso martini. Royal Promenade. The Royal Promenade must be one of the most famous and popular areas on board most of Royal Caribbean ships, and for this reason, it could not be left out in the new Icon class. The Royal Promenade is the heart of the ship and a vibrant place for passengers to gather, offering an assortment of shops, restaurants, bars, and entertainment. But as expected, the space on the Icon of the Seas has been amplified like never before, and is simply huge. The 2 decks high Royal Promenade on the Icon of the Seas features venues like Spotlight Karaoke, dueling pianos, boleros, and the Arctic Comedy Club. New elevators. Okay, I know it might sound like a weird choice for my first place, but if you have ever been on a cruise ship, you are probably used to seeing crowded elevators that seem to take forever to arrive, and I'll not even mention people cutting the queues in front of you. The new design of the elevators on the Icon of the Seas almost completely solves these problems. Here, instead of entering the elevator and selecting the floor, the passenger uses a screen in the lobby and selects the destination, even before entering the elevator. This screen indicates the letter of the elevator you must proceed to reach your destination. Inside the elevator, you'll not find any buttons or controls. Icon of the Seas new elevators promise efficiency and speed, reducing passengers' waiting times. With cutting-edge technology, they offer a smooth and fast experience around the ship. And the best part is that they really work well and are super efficient. Thumbs up! Well, these were the things I like most on board the Icon of the Seas, but I know you waited until now for me to let you know the ones I didn't like, right? Okay, so let's get straight to the point. Surfside. The Surfside is located on deck 7 of the ship, and it is equivalent to the boardwalk on the Oasis-class ships if you have been on one of these ships before. Although it features some of the attractions that made the boardwalk popular on the Oasis-class ships, such as its carousels, the Surfside on Icon of the Seas was designed with children and families in mind. You can access the area using stairs from deck 6 and 8, or by using a slide that's popular with children. In addition to offering meals and snack options, the area also features a water recreation area at the back of the ship aimed to children and families. This area includes a new version of Royal Caribbean's children's water parks, Splashway Bay, and a less intense variation for younger children and toddlers called Baby Bay. This area is one of the spaces that left me most disappointed on the ship. Look, I understand this space was designed with families in mind, but as a traveler without children, I found the area to be poorly planned, and to be honest, it became quickly boring. That was especially noticeable when compared to the boardwalk on the Oasis-class ships, which offer a range of excellent restaurant options, bars, and attractions such as the Aqua Theater. The area has a large dedicated space for children, but most of them prefer the water slides on Trill Island at the top of the ship. Additionally, younger children with their nap schedules also don't spend much time in the area. As a result, I usually found Surfside mostly empty every time I visited, especially at the end of the day. Offering fantastic views from the back of the ship, they could have added a restaurant with fantastic sea views in the space, or at least a multifunctional space for children and families during the day that transforms into a modern and eclectic space for adults at night, along the line of the 270 on board the Aquadome-class ships. A wasted opportunity in my opinion. Frankenstein areas. Don't get me wrong, the ship is super technological and really beautiful. Some areas I mentioned at the beginning of the video, such as the Royal Promenade and Central Park, are exquisite and very well planned, offering a lot of space and great flow for passengers and crew. However, others seem not to have been so well thought out and end up becoming a bit of a Frankenstein, connecting spaces that don't make much sense together and often making access to certain high-traffic areas difficult. An excellent example is the location of the ship's ice skate arena, Absolute Zero. To get to this space, the passenger must go through a store, which is basically a clunky corridor, and then cross the popular Playmakers, the ship's sport bar. Before the shows at Absolute Zero, which can accommodate dozens of passengers, the queues get huge, mixing people in the bar with passengers who book the show. No one knows who's in the queue or not, or worse, where it starts or it ends. This issue can cause some unwanted tension between passengers and even the crew. A similar problem happens with younger passengers who want to access to Show 20, the onboard team club, that is also awkwardly located between the Playmakers and the skating ring. Another potential inconvenience is if your cabin is in the central part of the ship and you are assigned to the main restaurant on deck 3. In this case, the passenger cannot simply take the elevator and cross the deck to the restaurant, as is common on other ships in the fleet. If you accidentally select deck 3, you have two options. You can either exit the elevator on deck 3 and call another car for decks 4 or 5, especially if you have mobility problems, or you can enter the music hall, climb the stairs inside the club to deck 4, cross the entire casino, and then go down again to deck 3 at the back of the ship to reach the main restaurant. The visual signs in certain areas are not helpful for navigation on board either. In some cases, they indicate places that don't exist on board, like the escape room. Most of all, those signs use fonts and graphics in a light turquoise tone that often are almost impossible to see against a backlit white background. Internet. Although overall prices in shops, attractions, and restaurants on board Icon of the Seas are much higher than all other ships in the fleet, the most disappointing aspect of being on board of the ship was the internet. Not only was it expensive at $30 per day, which could cover a month or more of internet on land, but the quality of the service was also very poor. During my voyage, the ship experienced issues with Apple devices. Even after buying a package, passengers using iPhones, for example, had either no connection or the connection was so slow that they couldn't even send an email. For example, I had planned to go live while on board to showcase the ship and conduct some QA sections during the voyage. However, it was impossible to go live due to internet issues on board. I only managed to go live during the voyage when we were at Coco Cay, Royal Caribbean's private island in the Bahamas on the last day. You can check the recording of this Coco Cay live video using this link on the card up here if interested. I visited Voom, the ship's internet kiosk, several times to try to resolve the problem. Apparently, it was a technical issue with the ship, which was only partially solved near to the end of my trip. Additionally, it started to cause problems for passengers using Android devices. By the way, I want to express my appreciation to the VOOM team. Everyone was excellent, just like the rest of the ship's crew. However, I'm perplexed by the fact that a state-of-the-art ship like the ultra-modern Icon of the Seas, powered by Starlink Internet, has such poor internet service and charges top dollar for it. Many smaller companies, such as Virgin Voyages, offers excellent and free basic internet service. Food for thought, Royal. I guess that's it for today, my cruisemates. I hope you enjoyed this video. Check out the channel for more videos about the Icon of the Seas, all the cruise ships, and travels around our beautiful world. And don't forget to subscribe and press the bell to be the first to know when new videos are available. See you in the next video.